And we are back. Yours truly, Diamond K, in here. Oh, wow. Isn't that amazing? Special guest in the building. Please introduce yourself.
My name is Val Jenkins.
From?
Hug Don't Shoot.
Okay, all right. Glad you could join us.
Hug Don't Shoot. Let's not forget Thrive.
Okay, be clear. So a lot of things I want to talk about and get into. What have you been up to, by the way?
I've been very busy. Very, very busy. Finally got done with Hands Across Baltimore.
All right.
I was very satisfied with that. I think it was successful, but not successful enough for me.
So there will be more Hands Across Baltimore, is what you're saying. We're going to do this again.
I am thinking about it, but I doubt it. I'm thinking about it, but I doubt it. Mm-hmm. I'm on the fence. Mm-hmm. More, my body is more over to the not.
And why is that?
It's a lot of work into it.
No doubt.
I don't want to keep doing the same thing over and over again. I think I'm pretty creative to come up with other ideas than the same idea. The reason why I did it again was because of my health episode. And I tried to, prove a point to myself that I could do it again without my health failing. So that was the reason why I did this again. It was needed, but I was proving a point. As I proved the point with my health before and jumped out the plane, I had to prove a point. I kind of do things like that to prove points. Yeah.
So
crazy, don't it?
Yes. So you mean your point has been proven? You don't need to prove it again. Is that what you're saying?
Right.
Gotcha.
That don't mean I'm gonna stop with Baltimore. I'm gonna continue with Baltimore, but doing Hands Across Baltimore, I don't know. I'm not going to say I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to say that I will. But right now, I don't know. I'm not letting it go neither. I am going to send. I should have did it earlier. But I would have been dealing with Malachi, funeral, rest in heaven, baby. Baby still gone and still struggling. That's a whole nother story in itself. I've been dealing with Malachi, helping the family out, a family that I never met a day in my life before the vigil. And we have became so close after the vigil. So I've been helping his sister, the foster mother out, the foster mother's sister. I felt like I known them forever. So that took some time away from me.
So for people that don't know, because we have viewers and listeners across the world, who is Malachi?
Malachi is the 4-year-old little boy who was murdered by his mother and her wife. They basically put the baby in a tub of scalding hot water where his skin was floating in the water. I mentally dealt with that situation for at least 3 days. Every time I went to the bathroom, I could not look in the bathtub because I just saw this baby's skin floating in the water. Every time I rode past a dumpster, I saw this baby laying in a dumpster. So I mentally, a person who never saw this baby a day in my life, mentally suffered with this. So basically, I was mentally drained. But my life still had to go on. I still had to work my full-time job and my 2 businesses and a radio show and spend quality time with my daughter and granddaughter. But mentally, I was done. Yeah.
I can understand how that can be. So you said that you did not know the family or the child.
Never.
How did you come in contact with the family?
Well, with any murder, I could say in Baltimore, if I'm not receiving a phone call or a text message from someone from the police department or a friend or a family or someone on my Facebook page, I mainly get in contact with the situation then. They announced that they was doing a vigil. I received a phone call from a higher person in the police department asking if I could go to the vigil. I also received a phone call from Monique, known as Monique. Anyone know her? She's the oldest living Jane Doe in the world right now. So
Right.
I went to the vigil. Everyone was out there with the balloons, cameras everywhere, radio stations, TV stations was everywhere. And the commissioner, all the higher police officers in Baltimore basically was there. So, it's ironic how it happened. All them people was there before us. We walked right up, me, a hug dealer, and myself. A hug dealer, for the people who don't know, is a volunteer for Hug Don't Shoot. So we walked up to the crowd, and who I thought was maybe the grandmother, because again, I never known anyone there. I thought it was the grandmother. She was crying. I felt her pain as she was crying. She was standing right beside the commissioner, and she kind of whispered a little to the commissioner, "What do we do now? Because I never did a vigil before."
Right.
And she said, "Do somebody supposed to pray?" And no one stood up. So I know I wasn't going to do it, because anyone know me, know my prayer is only thank you, no matter what the situation is. I knew at that point the family needed more than just a thank you, and wouldn't have understood where my life at spiritually. So I asked my hug dealer, Cheryl, if she could pray. And she was a little hesitant. And I was like, "Go up there and pray. This girl needs your prayer." So she went up there and prayed. And the grandmother, we found out that wasn't the grandmother. It was the foster mother who was going through so much pain. So then, out of nowhere, this lady came up and was like, "I'm going to be on TV today. I'm going to be on TV today. Y'all take this MF and somewhere else." And she just made a whole scene in front of the TV crew, in front of the police, the commissioner, everything. And at this point, everybody was like, "Oh my God." And the foster mother, I could just see her about to fall, like pass out. She was already in pain. So I went over there and I held her. And I just held her, and she would not let me go. I don't even think she even seen who I was, because she never seen me a day in her life, but this woman would not let me go. And I just held her as tight as I could. Then the other hug dealer, Cheryl, came over, and we held her together. At that point, somebody just screamed, "Pray, pray." Everybody started praying, and one lady started singing spiritual songs, and the commissioner.
This is Baltimore's
Harrison.
police commissioner. Yeah.
That commissioner took me out in an amazing way. Took me out. And the reason why I say that is I've seen Barack Obama do press releases for 8 years in the White House.
Right.
Personally being there. I've seen mayors, the governors, I've seen police commissioners before him do press release.
Right.
I've never seen a police or commissioner do what he did. And at that point of her being in need of someone, he basically said, "Excuse me," in a very gentle way. And he walked over to her, which was only 2 people away, and he held her in his arms. He held her like a baby in his arms. At that point, I did not see a commissioner. I did not see a police officer. I saw a father, a husband, a human being, a neighbor. I saw all that in him. I saw the pain in his eyes, as if he did everything possible so he would not start crying. Mm-hmm. He whispered in her ears, and I heard it because I was right beside them, "I got you. Whatever you need, I got you." And you could say that and it don't mean nothing. But this man said it, and I felt it in my soul that he really genuinely meant this. And at that point, he just, I asked her, do she need any water? Everybody's trying to be over, but she would not let me go. So then he said to her, "Do you want to talk to the press? Because if you don't have to. I will do it for you." And she said, "No, I don't want to do it right now." Someone went and got her a chair.
Right.
This man, who is not a commissioner to me right now. This man who is a real human being with a heart and a soul stood in front of her chair as if he was blocking her on purpose and spoke to the crowd and to the press for her. He just moved me from there. He just really moved me. I got home. First, I left there and I went to National Night Out. Because as the visual was going on, it was National Night Out all over the world. So I was already scheduled to speak at National Night Out. How ironic, one block over. The visual was on Roger Street. I was scheduled to speak at Wabash at the MTA station, 1 block over. So I left there. My mind was so messed up after that. On my way home, this crybaby cried because I could not believe it. First, before I went to National Night Out, we went to the dumpster. We went to the dumpster where this baby was placed.
The actual dumpster?
The actual dumpster where this baby was placed because the foster mother had to see it. The sister had to see the dumpster. And we went there and we talked. And as bad as the situation were, we not only talked, but we laughed and we cracked a few jokes in a serious situation. Right. We prayed, we hugged, we introduced each other. It was just like a whole bonding session. So we basically took the good out this terrible negative situation. So that's when I went to National Night Out. And on my way home, I cried because I could not believe what I experienced in a 2-hour period of time. Especially someone I never met a day in my life. Never seen a day in my life. Her face didn't look familiar. Nobody's face there looked familiar. And I got home and I sent the commissioner's wife a text message and said, your husband is going to change Baltimore.
Strong words. You feel like that? Why?
I felt like that from the day I met him. The first day they had a meet and greet at the different schools, I met him.
Yeah, I remember when that.
And I told someone, he is going to be the commissioner we need. Again, I've seen these meetings happen over and over again. You have to sign up you have to sign up to speak, first of all.
Right.
Sometimes you have to say what you're going to speak about. They give you a time frame on how long you can speak. And if you go past that time frame, they cut you off and go to the next person because everything is scheduled per time.
Right.
Honey, let me tell you, this commissioner was from day one. Let them speak. Let them say what they want to say.
Now, that part aside, his PR skills are there. What about the crime plan? What do you think about that?
I can't really speak on the crime plan because I did not take my time to sit down and read the crime plan. So I can't speak on it.
Okay.
I know regardless of his PR part, his personality, his attitude about the whole situation, he cannot do it alone.
Absolutely.
He cannot do it alone.
100%.
And I say that before
100%.
he got here. When he got here, people didn't want him here.
Yeah, I felt that they should have promoted from within. I wanted to see someone from here to get the position. But after seeing him interact and seeing some of his things, I'm very optimistic that he's going to do a good job. I think that he's moving in the right direction, and I have been pleasantly surprised thus far. Now, the murder rate has not gone down.
It had not. It actually went up.
But I think that I'm willing to give more time. And, changing the person, that's not in itself going to just lower the murder rate.
Right.
So a lot of people think, okay, new commissioner, murder rate got to go down, or else it's a failure. And that is deeper than that. So all in all, I think that he's been doing a great job. Yes.
And people have to realize that, and we have to realize, no matter how you want to look at it, because we could go both ways in this situation. Baltimore have a new commissioner. I want to say he's the 4th commissioner since Hug Don't Shoot has started in 2 years.
And that says a lot right there.
Right. So therefore, it's no trust in that position. Baltimore has been through several mayors. It's no trust there. Baltimore has been through several city council people, regardless of what the situation. They've been through people who said they was going to do this and they didn't. So Baltimore have a lot of trust issues to be gained. So we can't just, we're not going to just trust anyone.
Right.
So it's not going to take overnight for this to happen. It's not. But just like someone said when he was on my radio show last Friday, you could go to the podium and speak all you want. You can have as many press releases as you want. But until you come into the community, no one will trust you. And you have to be seen in the community. And I agree with that. You have to build trust. You have to build trust. And when he did Hug Don't Shoot, Hands Across Baltimore, he was scheduled for 5 minutes. The mayor was scheduled for only 5 minutes. 5 minutes. I know that schedule. I saw that schedule. They had a very tight schedule that day. They were scheduled both to come at the same time, speak 5 minutes apart, and go. They stayed. You saw yourself that they not only stayed, they was cracking jokes during press release. Most of the jokes was on me. Yeah, they was cracking jokes. They went down on North Avenue and they were waving and laughing and joking, and the mayor even ran down the hill instead of walking down the steps.
He slid though. He on slippery earth.
Right, he did have a slippery earth.
Yeah, he had slippery
But all
earth.
I needed was the mayor to fall down that hill.
Right,
And it would have been the mayor fell at the Hug Don't Shoot rally.
Yeah, and we would have had it on live stream.
Exactly. The commissioner almost got hit by a bus.
Yeah.
But all of it was all in fun. We had so much fun out there, but I think they had more fun than most of the people out there. The commissioner's wife came with a dress shirt on. She got in the truck and said, I want to be like y'all. She got a Hug Don't Shoot shirt and put a Hug Don't Shoot shirt on, and she joined the crowd. Right. She wasn't even standing most of the time, wasn't even with her husband. She was with the crowd, and that speaks volumes to them. Somebody was like, oh yeah, it's time to vote. That's why they was out there. No, it's not, because they could have left.
Well, it is time to vote, though.
It is time to vote, but they could have left as soon as they spoke. They could have.
Right.
But who knows?
Right.
Who knows?
Absolutely. And so, the police officer that was shot.
Yes.
Isaac Carrington. Okay. He was on life support at one time, and he spoke a few words yesterday saying that he'll be back.
With the
and he's with the commissioner. It's things like that you like.
Yes.
Is that true?
Well, I was told that Isaac Carrington is my cousin. Never seen him a day in my life.
Okay. Who told you that?
His cousin.
Okay.
His cousin came on my Facebook page and said, Val, that's our cousin.
Okay.
Pray for him. I didn't even see it when I woke up the next day. A couple of people texted me, was like, oh my God, the sergeant is your cousin. I'm like,
so he has a long way to go. He was shot Thursday afternoon.
Yes. And again, the commissioner could have went to see him and left. He stayed there for a while. He talked to him. He went on Facebook Live, which was asked. He went on Facebook Live. The sergeant, heard, asked him to go on Facebook Live. So that wasn't something the commissioner did. That was something that the sergeant requested. And small things like that makes a difference to me. Your soul, your customer service means the world to me.
So you're saying these things to build trust is what's important.
Yes.
How long does it take to build trust?
Trust don't have a time frame to me.
Okay.
Trust don't have a time frame because guess what? I could like you for 20 years. and then you prove that you broke the trust with us, and you're done overnight.
Okay.
So trust is a big thing for me. Like, I am serious about trust.
So all the headways that he's making, he can still lose the trust. Is
Of
what you're
course.
saying. Okay.
Anyone can lose the trust.
Okay.
Anyone. Right now, he have my full attention.
Okay.
Right now, the mayor have my full attention.
Okay.
Someone sent me a inbox yesterday. And someone sent me an inbox yesterday and said, when you see the mayor and a city council person, I shall not mention any names in this situation, tell them this.
Okay.
And I said, I'll just screenshot it and send it to him without your name. And
It was something negative.
It wasn't nothing. It wasn't anything negative per se. It was something suggesting for him to do.
Okay.
And the mayor responded right back. The city council person responded right back. They were not negative about the situation. The person is very close to both of them. That's why I'm so confused on why they sent that to me to send it to him. But as I sent them the message, I said, I'm only the messenger. I'm only the messenger. So, me and the mayor and I had a very good conversation on that subject of the person making suggestions. I have not went back to that person to tell him his suggestions, but they were good. They were really good. So, like I said, Jack is new in his mayor position. Jack been here for 428 million years as the city council president. So, yeah, I'm giving them both my full attention and my trust until they prove it. Even when he became the mayor, when Catherine Pugh's situation happened, I sent Bernard Young, 5 city council people, and someone else higher in Baltimore, the same text message, a group text message. And I said, I just received a text message from Greece, about Catherine Pugh. Please don't let me down. Please don't let Baltimore down again. So, I meant that. I meant that. Like, as I mentioned on the radio show Friday, where's all these people who was running for office last year? Where are they? Why aren't they still in the community? Because my thing is, if you're a community person, stay in the community. Don't walk away because you didn't win. Because at that point, I look at you like you fake in the beginning. And I have no problems dropping names. 2 of them, I personally inboxed and asked them could they help with Hands Across Baltimore. Both of them said yes. Neither one of them showed up. I personally went in their inbox and said, thanks for your support. Oops, you never showed up. I pray, and I'm going to do everything possible so you will not win this year. And that was my message to them.
You didn't put that part in the...
you want to see it?
Okay, I believe it.
Wow.
Wow.
Because I have nothing to do with what they promised you. I have everything to do with what they promised me. And they both said, I will be there. And yes, I left them their inbox. And I did it via the inbox so they could see the inbox. And I could see when they saw the inbox.
Wow.
So we got to hold adults accountable just as well as we hold children accountable.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I agree with that. So, like you said, I'm definitely willing to give the commissioner a chance to build trust. And I think that he is doing a good job with that part. Now I want to see if some of the plans that he has, I have seen more officers on the street. I have seen that. And we'll see.
I've seen a lot of officers doing community outreach projects.
Yeah, I've seen that.
I've seen a ton of them. Of course, Hug Don't Shoot is in most of them. perfect example, the Day of Hope that was 2 weeks ago over at, I want to say Madison Avenue. There's a new little field they have out there. I can't remember the name of it. That thing was good. They had to give away, and I think Melvin Russell, just retired, Matt, I keep getting Stansbury, the other Matt, mixed up. Matt and Jess Shorter was a part of that. They gave away at least 20 bikes. 20 bikes. They gave away gift cards, $25, $50 gift cards, and not just one or two. They gave away so much food that my car was packed that my niece got food. They gave away free food that was cooked there and food to take home. And then they turned around 2 weeks later and did it again at Douglas. It was a complete section for kids. So many, they was giving away t-shirts, not selling them like, hey, don't shoot the hint, hint. They was giving away t-shirts. They had food there. They had different vendors there. And this is things that the police department has put together.
Yeah.
So where's the news that saying this is what the police department is doing? But let a police officer do something wrong, every news channel is going to be there. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, I mean, that's true. They do something wrong. They've done a lot wrong, and it's been a lot of news coverage.
Right, and we have a lot. They have to build up the trust.
Yeah, but and I don't disagree with that. I don't disagree with that at all. What's next for Hug Don't Shoot?
Saturday, for us or who we collaborating with.
Y'all.
Right now, I don't know. Right now, I needed a whole break from Hands Across Baltimore.
That's fair.
I am good, as you see. I am still out in the community every single day since Hands Across Baltimore. I've been out in the community even stronger because people are requesting me now that they sing Hands Across Baltimore go the way it went. As far as my hug dealers, I try not to ask them to go to anything. One hug dealer went to the BG&E baseball tournament with me yesterday because that was a lot of work. That was a lot of work I asked them to do with their Hands Across Baltimore. That was a ton of work considering I don't have a penny to pay these people. So it was a whole lot of work. It was a whole lot of time. It was a whole lot of effort. It was a whole lot of energy, mental and physical energy. So as far as what we're going to do right now, I don't know. Because as of today, Hug Don't Shoot had $52 in our account.
Okay.
So as far as anything with paying for something, we won't be doing anything right now. and I'm good with that. You know, it's funny because I feel like this the devil advocate right now because I keep saying I'm so frustrated and tired of all the murders and all this stuff that's happening as hard as I'm working for free. And I always say, when that money run out that I have in that account, I'm closing down Hug Don't Shoot. And every time that money run out, here comes some more money. And I'm like, look, God, now you're going to stay out my personal business. So now we have $52 in the account, but I just won another award from the Discovery Channel. So Hug Don't Shoot will be on the Discovery Channel. They didn't say what time or what date or whatever. So that was another award. So I don't know.
Who knows?
I love helping people. I would never stop helping people, but just a different platform of helping people because it's draining. It's draining. I have 2 board members who can't go in the community because of their full-time job. They could go in the community but can't go in the community because of their full-time job.
Okay.
I have a board member who is running Hug Don't Shoot in North Carolina. I have a board member who's working on Hug Don't Shoot in Waco, Texas. That's 4 board members.
In different places. Very
so
good.
I'm here basically in these streets alone.
In these streets?
In these streets. I mean, I have hug dealers that come out, but basically I'm in these streets alone. You get 1 to 2 hug dealers. And the problem is Every time, never fail. I could just write this script down. Someone get murdered. I receive a phone call or inbox. Hey, Val, I've been watching Hug Don't Shoot, and I'm so proud of you and your achievements and everything. And I'm going to do everything possible so I could go out there and help. I'm going to buy a T-shirt because I know y'all run it by y'all T-shirts and y'all hat sales. And I'm going to do that. Val, my daughter that I just died or just got killed. Is there any way the Hug Dealers could come over and support us? Yes. And I asked, it's a whole script. What
you do that when you,
what was that?
that means you're doing your thing.
Oh, that scared me. I was like, so then I'll ask the same question. Was your loved one, whoever they said, in the streets? Well, unfortunately, I cannot attend the funeral or the house. Can y'all stop?
Yeah, no, I got you. You can't attend. So if they were in the streets, don't call. Got you. I got you.
I wasn't ready. I'll be ready for any little noise to come up now.
If it was in the streets, don't call you.
Because I'm not jeopardizing my life and my Hug Dealer's life. I'm not.
Now, what if they, have a lot of, like...
Money don't move me.
Okay.
I'm running this organization broke. Money never moved me.
Yeah, y'all keep
I said I was going to be ready for the next sound, but I wasn't. I was like...
Kenny said, thank you for all you do for Baltimore.
Thank you, Kenny. Who's that? Kenny Ebron, isn't it? I knew it had to be Kenny. That man is amazing. Yeah. He is amazing. Kenny, I'm going to put you on the spot real quick. Is he still on there? I'm going to put him on blast real quick. Kenny is so passionate in what he do that he push people away. And when I tell Kenny,
you doing too much, Kenny?
No, he's not doing too much. He's passionate with what he do. And it's just people can't handle it. People can't handle his aggressiveness on I'm not stopping until it's fixed.
Right.
That's who Kenny is. Damn it, stop it!
That was for Kenny. That was for Kenny.
Kenny is so passionate in what he do. Shout out to Kenny. How
can people support the movement of Hug Don't Shoot?
They could share a button. They could purchase a T-shirt, which we call a uniform. We ask you not to go out to say you will Hug Don't Shoot without a uniform, because anyone can hug. It's as simple as saying a hug. But your uniform, once you have the shirt on, you register. And if you're going out without me or a board member, we ask you to just tell us, I'm going to the Diamond Show. I'm going to the Diamond Community Center. I'm going just to let us aware, because anyone can buy a shirt.
Right.
So we can know.
Got you. So, anybody can buy a shirt.
So we could be aware of who going out. And not only that, even though we basically on the board stopped counting how many events we done in 2 years at 428. Diamond was 428.
Your favorite number, right?
Yes, we stopped counting officially at 428 events in 2 years. But in reality, we at 532 events. So if you're going out, then we know that's another event.
Right.
So it makes a big difference. So you could go to Hug Don't Shoot website, www.hugdon'tshoot.org, or you could go to the Facebook, Instagram pages, Hug Don't Shoot. Wait a minute, let me give a shout out to this lady right here, Miss Pat. I met Miss Pat at Brown funeral. Oh gosh, my God. The guy that got shot, the good guy in the community. Jesus Christ, how you forget the person name that just got killed 2 months ago? Yes. Okay. I met her at his funeral, and this lady said to me, I am here for you. I'm in charge of all the motorcycles all over the place, and I am here for you. And she was there for me. Right. She most definitely was there. Let me tell you, she was there for me, and our time frame of meeting was so short that she was standing beside me the whole time at Hands Across Baltimore and kept on saying, "Where's Val?" Because she ain't know who I was. We only met that about 5 minutes at the most. But she was still there for us. Thanks, Miss Pat. We need more people like you out
Did
here.
she find you at Hug?
She did. She did. I was even ducking her out because she was like, she was going to get everybody. She was going to get the commissioner. Miss Pat is the reason why the commissioner almost got hit by the bus. I'm saying it on live.
Okay. She was doing too much.
No, she was just trying to get him on his live, and he was trying to get on the live, and he stepped out in the street, and the bus almost went poop.
Yeah, he's from Norland, so maybe he didn't know.
It was all in fun. He had so much fun. He was laughing so hard at the whole situation.
Very good. Real quick, plug your radio show.
Friday Night Live radio show. This man right here is powerful because he have his own radio show.
That's true.
But he
strong. No, go ahead.
Worldwide Flavor Network.
Yeah.
I'm over you, okay? Friday Night Live radio from every Friday, 7 to 8 p.m. Don't forget to go to the Thrive website, valjinkinsle-vel.com.
Right.
That weight loss, that energy, that mental clarity. Locks by Miss Val.
Get it right.
Locks by Miss Val. Call me, inbox me. I only take lock appointments via appointment.
Right. You only can take lock appointments via appointment.
Appointments. No walk-in. No walk-ins.
These man was tripping. Okay, thank you. Thank you so much for coming through. And
thank you for having me.
Absolutely. So I'm going to bring you here from time to time because you are the unofficial spokesperson for the police department. They don't know. You're the unofficial.
Somebody else told me
right,
that
you're the unofficial one.
But if you notice on my page, I try to promote a police officer every week or every other day. Because it's a lot of work.
Some people I know promote rappers. You promote police officers. She's like, look at this right here. You see these officers playing ball with these kids? What the fuck is wrong with y'all? Y'all need to support these officers.
Because it's a lot of work out there. And I'm not a police officer. And I know so perfect example. I'm at the snowball stand, right?
Okay.
Security Boulevard. Okay. Shout out to Rodney with his snowball stand.
We're supposed
Security
to end when the applause went up. But it's okay. It's okay. We can bring it back. We can bring it back.
This lady who was about 4 people in front of me turned around, looked me up and down, looked at my hat, looked at the Hug Don't Shoot shirt, and asked the man behind her, not me, but the man behind her, so you think the sergeant was set up? You think he was into something? And I said, at first I just like, shit, Val. Then she turned right back around, looked at me up and down, and said it again. And I said, no, he was not set up.
Right.
Well, that's what them people saying on Facebook, saying negative stuff. I said, but you at the snowball stand saying negative stuff.
Oh, she was working there or she was getting a snowball?
No, she was just getting a snowball.
Oh, yeah. She probably one of them egg custard girls.
Don't do that. That's the only kind I eat.
All right. We don't, conspiracy theories is everywhere. So, what can you say? What can you say?
Where's the button at for that sound?
I don't know. But we gotta go. I really appreciate you
I need to learn how to work them buttons.
I'll teach you. I really appreciate you. Again, it is hugdon'tshoot.org.
Hugdon'tshoot.org.
That means you're official when you're .org.
Do it?
Yeah.
No, but yeah.
All right, we gotta go. Thank you. We're gonna talk real soon. Okay. All right. Stay tuned. The wrap up is next.